All right, guys, ready to go. Yep.
Okay. We're going to start with Dasher, and then we're going to go to Jed.
Right. Hey, Coach. Yesterday you kind of tweaked your lineup a little bit. You guys scored 8 runs. Today you score 17. I know it's just 2 games. Anything you can kind of attribute to that, or is that just kind of way it's kind of going?
I think just, our hitters had a really good approach. And,
Yeah.
Coach Daly, after we scored 3 in the second, Coach Daly was talking about 10. We need 10. We need 10. And then when we got to 10, then it was we need 15. And so, it's just really aggressive approach by our hitters today. I thought we had great at bats all the way through. We drew some walks, got some big hits, big 2-out hits. And, just overall really good performance by our offensive team.
And as far as Fernando goes, comes back today after his deal and hits a 3-run home run for in the second. Now you've talked about him all year long as being a guy you thought was going to be a contributor with a bat, and he really showed signs of that today.
Yeah, no, that was really encouraging. He got 3 hits today, and the first 2 he hit right on the screws, and then fortunate to get an infield single his last at bat. But he's a really good baseball player. But like a lot of freshmen, there's a learning curve there, and I think the game has slowed down a little bit for him. Last weekend at Vanderbilt, he didn't play Saturday, Sunday. He kind of tweaked his shoulder on Friday night, or I'm sorry, on Thursday night. He didn't play on Friday or Saturday. So who knows? Maybe the rest that he had. He was at contact tracing. He was just, that's where we missed our players. And so he was, maybe that rest helped him. His arm looked really good today. He looked really comfortable at the plate. So very encouraging to see him swing the bat like that.
Speaking of encouraging, Jaden Woods again today retired all 7 batters he faced. He's done a great job for you coming out of the bullpen, but are you kind of getting to a point where you might be thinking, hey, he may need to move back into that starting rotation as a Sunday guy?
Part of me, yes, but the formula right now, having with Ben Harris and Darren Pasqua and Jaden Woods on the back end of your pen, that's really good. Now, who knows? Maybe we go and we start him on Sunday, but TBA, if we need to use him on Friday or need to use him on Saturday, we use him. But you know what? Luke Wagner's doing a good job too. He wasn't great today, and he's the first guy to admit that. He's such a competitor, but he's doing a good job of getting through the order. And then the formula's working on that bullpen day, the kitchen sink day. The bullpen is doing their job, and we threw 7 different guys today, and everybody contributed.
Thanks.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned Coach Daly talking about, needing 10 runs, then 15. How much of that played into the message, in the third there when Kentucky takes the lead back 4-3, and then y'all come back in the bottom and score, I think 5 it was. Just what was the message after Kentucky took the lead that allowed y'all to get it right back?
Well, Sundays in this league, especially when the wind's blowing out, the scores tend to get a little bit big. And, the bullpen's depleted. Guys have already been used once. Third starters out there. There's a lot of big scores. If big scores happen, it usually happens on Sunday. So we told our guys right from the beginning to expect a high-scoring game. Hitters need to show up. Hitters need to compete no matter what the score is. We need to keep scoring more runs. And, we were up 7, and we were still being aggressive on the base pass because that's a really good offensive team. And you saw what happened there in the 9th. They can get away really quick. So you can never have enough runs in this league and in college baseball in general. But the message was, let's be aggressive and let's put up a big number because they're capable of putting up a big number anytime they play.
And how encouraging is it to see your offense, have another one of those days where I think it was 6 out of 8 innings y'all scored? Just how encouraging is it to see, all the runs don't just come in one big outburst. It's just, a steady flow all throughout the day.
Yeah, that's something we haven't done a great job of this year. And just go back to Georgia State on Tuesday. We score 5 in the first, and then we don't score again until like the 7th or 8th. So we were able to keep the pressure on them and had good at bats. I think that was the key. We went deep in counts. We put balls in play with 2 strikes, got a couple breaks, some balls dropped for us. And then we hit a lot of balls hard too and drew some walks. So overall, just offensively, we were as good as about we've been all year.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, next we're going to go to Davis, and then we're going to go to Matthew.
Coach, going off Jed's question, do you think that the offense has started to reach its peak? And if so, what are some areas that you feel like they still need to improve on?
Well, I always want to cut down the strikeouts and get the walks up. That's something you look at in this league. It's pretty tough to do with the power arms. There's always going to be strikeouts. But, more than anything, I want to see the ball put in play with 2 strikes, make teams make plays on you. And, we struck out 7 times today. So, pretty happy with that performance. But if we can do that, if we can get, 4 free bases and get hit by a couple pitches and only strike out 7 times, we're going to have a pretty good day at the plate. So that's what we need to do. Keep putting the ball in play. and just keep getting it to the next guy. We've got a lot of guys in this lineup now that Garrett Blaylock's swinging the bat better and McAllister's back. Our lineup goes pretty deep, and now you got Gonzalez swinging the bat well. It's just encouraging to see.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, Coach, with 7 guys out on the mound today, were you hoping maybe that Luke could go a little bit longer in the game, or was that kind of the plan? Maybe he'll get 2, 3 in him.
Well, I mean, I hoped for 4, was thinking 3, and we got 2 2/3 out of him. So, that's been the formula. Don't leave him out there too long. We've got plenty of guys to go behind him. Liam Sullivan came in there and got us out of a little bit of a jam, and Willie Pearson was great for 2 innings. And, Jaden Woods was the key. Jaden Woods got us out of a first and third jam with their best hitter up, and then went to, 7 up, 7 down. So, everybody did their job. Max DeYoung, he's a freshman. It's his second appearance ever out there, and he's going to get better. He's got a great arm. You saw he got 2 big strikeouts. So he's got a great arm, and he'll learn from that. And then, Jack Gowan came in and got it done in just a couple pitches. So very encouraging to see what our pitching staff did as well.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, we're going to finish up questions for Coach with Evan.
Hey, Coach. So it seems like the bats are really starting to come around the past few series. So how important is momentum in conference play specifically?
Well, I think it's about confidence. And, when we went into Vanderbilt, our confidence was a little shaky. We had lost 3 straight series. We just lost to Georgia Southern, and our kids showed a lot of fight and a lot of resolve when we went to Vanderbilt. And then all of a sudden you start believing, maybe we are pretty good. Maybe these coaches aren't crazy. We are a good team. And I think the players start believing it. We played pretty well on Tuesday, I felt, against Georgia State. And, to me, when you look at Friday night, you could argue that might've been our worst game of the year. I just didn't think we played well at all. And you lose a disappointing game on Friday, and you got to win the next 2 to win the series. And our kids bounced back and played 2 great baseball games back to back. So just happy to see that, happy to see us bounce back. And I think that's a sign of a pretty tough team.